So I just want to clarify in this video, I'm going to be speedrunning this because I feel like most of us will get really bored of me talking about these things for the next 30 minutes. So instead of talking for the next 30 minutes, I try to talk for like under 20 minutes. If this video seems kind of like sped up and a little too quick for some of you, feel free to pause it, rewind it, doesn't matter. But yeah. Hey, my name's Ken, and I'm going to be here to talk about should you become a VTuber? I have a checklist over here, and I'm basically going to go over this checklist. I'll be putting this checklist in the description of the video, not in the comment section, in the description of the video, so you can go over it just to make sure real quick. So the first thing that I got on here, assuming that we're going to be streaming in 1080p 60 FPS on Twitch, that'll be 6,000 bit rate, and on YouTube, it'll be 6,000 to 20,000 bit rate, somewhere in there. Assuming low latency, or even potentially ultra low latency because it is a 1080p stream. So first off, budgeting. For most people, it's like, well, duh, like VTubing is expensive, but not a lot of people understand how expensive this could be. If you find an artist that you like and then you commission a fully rigged model, let's just say full body, full face tracking, that'll probably run you close to $500 starting, something like that. Depending on where you are, the currency will vary. So for me, at least in my case, in Canadian dollars, this will probably run me around $500 to $600. And then alternatively, if you don't have money and you do 2D, but you want to go a free route, if you're a guy, you'll have a really hard time. If you're a chick, you'll probably have a better time at this because for typically on places like Booth and Etsy, it's a little easier to find female models for free or even just for cheap rather than male models. Male models kind of usually look kind of terrible. They all look the same, and that's just the end of it. There's just one extra category that I don't really see many people talk about, and I feel like it's the other category, and I don't mean other by gender. I mean other because like these are things that are non-human, like finding a free pudding model that you can use, anyone can use. Like that doesn't make sense, you know, like a free model, what? And it's non-human. I found things like the pudding model or the crab Kani-san. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of other stuff like that that are like kind of like cute or like chibi-esque models that kind of don't make sense but do make sense at the same time. If you want to go 3D, there's many ways of going for free. Like one of the biggest example I could say is Vroid. Anything Vroid based is completely free. Big disclaimer, 3D models even harder to run than 2D models. For 2D, I recommend going with on any PC, especially if you have like a medium low end PC. 2D will be great for you, but it will be costly for the model. 3D is less costly, but it would just assume that you have a good PC and iPhone. I specifically said iPhone because iPhone has the best tracking and the apps work a little more consistently compared to Android. And I know that for a fact because I use Samsung and I can't be bothered to buy an Apple phone because they're so expensive, even previous generation ones. So yeah, PCs. For those of you that don't understand PC language, try to get someone that understands PC language and tell them that these are the parts that you're going to need to start out. This is going to get you like the bare minimum of being able to stream 1080p 60 FPS with decent consistency. And you're going to need a 5600X processor or something of the equivalent. At the very least, 32 gigs of RAM, a GPU that is in the range of the 1660 Super or the 4070. Anything lower than these parts, you're going to have stream problems. You're going to have all this other stuff that will be kind of problematic and it'll be annoying to potentially fix or to just solve on your own. So the next thing I'm going to be talking here is the stream experience. If you have any previous stream experience on using OBS or maneuvering around in stream softwares, like learning how to get your stream key, learning how to start stream, stop stream, schedule streams on YouTube and all this other stuff, you're going to be really well set, as this will skip like 50 to 60% of the process of VTubing. If you're streaming on YouTube or Twitch, this is up to you. You can stream on both. You can do multi-streaming, but this will also tie into your OBS experience as well as how good your PC is. Remember, if you stream at 1080p 60 FPS, it is highly recommended, not necessary, but highly highly recommended by me and most other people to stream with an Ethernet cord. So to have your PC hardwired to your router. This will offer the best, most consistent internet experience possible, meaning that you won't be lagging in games, downloads should be more consistent, and streams should not go down randomly for no reason. Of course, unless your internet provider is garbage or they give you a garbage router. That's a totally different side of the story though. So next on here is, what is your main content? If your main content revolves around you speaking into a microphone the way I'm doing right now, then most people would have clicked off by now. If you, I don't know, do singing, cooking, dancing, working, doing stuff, you know, you gotta figure out what the main content is. Like, what if you start up stream randomly, what would you be prone to doing? In my case, I love video games. I'll be playing video games. Will I be playing oversaturated video games that everyone has seen 10 million times? Yes, because that's just who I am. Can come up with something different. Let's say you like cooking streams, but you like cooking from, I don't know, your balcony or your backyard or something like that. Then you could do those as well. If you like gardening, you could do gardening streams. If you do singing, you could do singing streams. Like, doesn't matter. Totally up to you. Just figure out what your main content is and then figure out what the sub content. The sub content would be those one-off times that you feel like you don't feel like doing your main content stuff. And so most people would resort to like reaction videos or like react streams or stuff like that, like tier list stuff, you know, things that are not part of the main content. They're sub content. Games and artistic touches. Games, what kind of games do you like? Play those games. Artistic touches, you like voice acting, singing, dancing, drawing, cooking, do any of those. Do all of them if you want. I don't know, totally up to you. But until then, I'll see you guys next time, whenever that is. And yeah, my name's Nave. Peace.